Behind the Iron Curtain's shadow, NATO built a clandestine army recruited from fascists, spies and terrorists. These stay-behind units were meant to fight communism. Instead, they unleashed a wave of bombings, coups and chaos. This is the untold story of Operation Gladio, a conspiracy buried for decades until the bodies began to speak. It began with Winston Churchill. In 1940, he ordered the creation of the Special Operations Executive, SOE, a guerrilla force to sabotage Nazi-occupied Europe. But after World War II, these tactics didn't end. They evolved. With NATO's founding in 1949, the CIA and MI6 turned resistance fighters into a continental network of anti-communist militias. Their codename Gladio, Latin falsehood. Arms caches were buried in forests, radio towers hidden in churches, and recruits, often former Nazis like Klaus Barbie, the Butcher of Lyon, who traded SS uniforms for CIA paychecks. December 12, 1969. A bomb tears through Milan's Piazza Fontana. The press blames left-wing radicals, but the truth was darker. Right-wing terrorist Vincenzo Vinciguerra later confessed, "You had to attack civilians to force the public to turn to the state, demanding security." This was the strategy of tension, a Gladio playbook to destabilize democracies and discredit communists. From Italy's years of lead to Belgium's Brabant supermarket shootings, Gladio-linked groups staged false flag attacks. Survivors described assassins in police uniforms. A 1984 NATO manual even endorsed special operations to manipulate public fear. Gladio wasn't just Italian. In Turkey, the counter-guerrilla unit massacred leftists. In Greece, the Hellenic raiding force toppled democracies. Portugal's Aginta Press trained assassins for colonial wars, and Switzerland's P-26 stockpiled cyanide in alpine bunkers. The recruits, often far-right extremists. Former SS officer Hans Otto orchestrated Germany's network. Licio Gelli, a fascist Masonic leader, boasted Gladio's mission was to prevent communist contamination, even if it meant murdering politicians. The truth erupted in 1990. Italian judge Felice Casson, investigating a 1972 bombing, unearthed a classified document, the Special Forces of CFA and Operation Gladio. Prime Minister Giulio Andreotti admitted Gladio existed, but insisted it was defensive. The public wasn't fooled. "High treason," screamed headlines, "a state within the state." NATO stonewalled. The CIA shredded files. MI6 stayed mute. Only Italy, Belgium and Switzerland held inquiries. The EU condemned Gladio as a threat to democracy. But most records remain locked in vaults. What remains of Gladio? Mass graves, unanswered lawsuits, and whispers of ongoing operations. Former agents claim NATO's stay-behind tactics resurfaced in the Balkans and Ukraine. Meanwhile, 139 arms caches are still missing in Italy. The sword still cuts, warns historian Daniele Ganser. Gladio's true lesson? That fear is a weapon, and in the shadows of democracy, the enemies within often wear the uniforms of heroes. Operation Gladio wasn't just a Cold War relic, it's a mirror, a warning of how easily liberty becomes collateral in the name of security. The files are sealed, the witnesses are dying, but the bombs never forget.